Morning, everybody. This week's flow. I taught this to my level 2 class. You can modify it as you need. Let's go ahead and get started. Please come in at least a little bit warmed up, like cat and cow, side stretches, neck rolls, whatever you do to warm up the spine. Your grounding breath, do your thing, but we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and get started. Find your downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet here, shifting the hips from side to side. Heels melting towards the mat, chest pressing towards the thighs, head and neck are heavy, gazes behind you, pressing through the index fingers and the thumbs. Slight tuck in the tailbone, helping to press those heels a little bit closer to the mat. Taking a breath here, finding any movement that feels good to you. Armpits pressing towards the mat. Let's find some stillness. Take another breath. Gaze up and between the hands, slowly make your way towards the top of the mat. Take your time getting there. Once your feet meet your hands, let's take a hanging ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, let the upper body just hang. You can sway from side to side, shift those back and forth, shake the head yes, shake the head no, bend into one knee, into the other knee. Taking your time, letting it feel good. Let's release the hands towards the mat. Put a little more weight into the balls of the feet. Find that alignment of the hips over the heels, keeping that micro bend in the knees. Let's take an inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. And let's slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Head, neck, and shoulders are last. Coming to our mountain pose, Tadasana. Palms face forward, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Slight tuck in the tailbone. Crown of the head reaches high. Chest is slightly lifted. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Let's inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hand, step that right foot nice and far back. Drop the right knee, untuck the toes, reach your arms up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge, down and forward in the hips. Check in, make sure that left knee's right over that heel. Arms are reaching high while the shoulders stay away from the ears and the chest is lifted. Let's inhale, come out of it a little bit. Exhale, sink again. Let's bring the hands down to the mat for a half split. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten through that left leg. Flex those left toes towards the sky. Pulling that left hip back, right hip forward, keeping those hips nice and square. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Let's bend back into that left knee. Plant the hands, step back into your high plank. Shift forward on the toes, lower knees, chest and chin come to a hover. Bottom stays high, elbows stay tight. Untuck the toes, slither forward, baby cobra. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches high. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of that right hand, lizard lunge. Let's find some movement here. Rock back and forth on the ball of that left foot. Straighten and bend into that right knee. Try to keep those hips nice and low here. You can stay here, go a little deeper. Drop that left knee down, untuck the toes. Maybe press that right knee away, coming to the blade side of that right foot. Twist the torso. Roll that right shoulder back. Look behind you. If you want to take this deeper, reach back for that left foot with the right hand, finding that quad stretch. So opening up the chest. Let's release that. If you tuck it, right hand comes back down. Tuck the left toes, lift it up, step it forward. Yogi squat, heels in, toes out. Your toes go in the same direction as the knees. Engaging that pelvic floor, the Mula Bandha. Bring the hands to heart center. Don't just dump the weight down. Keep it lifted. Press those knees open with the elbows. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Stay low. And let's crawl those fingertips forward. Opening up the hips a little deeper. Keep those knees pulled back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, crawl those hands back. Keep that wide stance, but bring or straighten into the legs. Bring the feet parallel with one another. Your feet are still nice and wide on the mat here. Let's take a hanging ragdoll with this wide stance. Grab opposite elbows. Let the upper body just hang. Eyes stay open. Gazes behind you. Sway from side to side. Putting more of the weight into the balls of the feet. Release those hands. Heel to those feet back in. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Look up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step that left foot back. Drop the knee, untuck the toes, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, down and forward in the hips, check in. Chest is lifted, shoulders away from the ears, knees over the heel. Inhale, come out of it a bit. Exhale, sink again. Hands come down for that half split, take an inhale. Exhale, straighten through that right leg, flex those right toes if you can, keep that right hip pulled back, left hip forward, hips are square. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, maybe fold deeper. Let's bend back into the right knee, plant the hands, step back into your high plank. Shift forward on the toes, lower knees, chest and chin come to a hover, bottom stays high, elbows stay tight, untuck the toes, slither forward, baby cobra. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of that left hand, lizard lunge once more. Let's find that movement, keeping those hips low and squared, rocking back and forth, straighten and bend. Now let's go a little deeper if you want. Untuck those, or drop that right knee, untuck those toes. Maybe press that left knee away, coming to the blade side of that left foot. Press it open, roll that shoulder open, gazing behind you. That sun feels amazing. Maybe finding that quad stretch, reaching back for the right foot. Roll that shoulder open. Let's release that option. If you took it, left hand comes back down. Tuck the right toes, lift it up. Step it forward, yogi squat, heels in, toes out. Still engaging that pelvic floor, hands come to heart center. Press those knees away, lift through the chest. This time, we're gonna lift up about halfway and pause. Have that control, that strength. Keep that tailbone tucked as much as you can. Chest is lifted, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly straighten the legs, parallel the feet. Inhale, reaching arms up, look up. Exhale, bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, press the palms together. Inhale, puff up in the chest, pushing the hips forward, maybe a mini back bend. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Feet are wide, the fists can stay at the low back or let them drop overhead. Put more of the weight into the balls of the feet, micro bend in the knees, trusting your balance. Feel this stretch, take a breath. Hands come back to the base of the spine, release them, let them drizzle down the backs of the legs coming down in front of you. Heel to those feet back in. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. First on a nice and slow. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your high plank and pause. Find your high plank. Shifting forward on the balls of the feet, shoulders are over the wrists or slightly beyond the wrist. Press through the palms, rounding in between the shoulder blades. Belly buttons in and up, neck's an extension of the spine. Hold it for another 3, 2, 1. Come halfway down, chaturanga, elbows squeeze the ribs. Pause halfway, hold it for 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes, upward facing dog. Shins and thighs stay lifted, shoulders away from the ears, chest pulling through the biceps, feet are parallel, tops of the feet are pressing into the mat, chin is parallel to the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here, shift hips from side to side. Taking a breath. Let's inhale, gaze in between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Breath with movement. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hand, step or jump back into your low push-up. Continuing that exhale. Inhaling for your upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Continuing that breath with movement. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows squeeze. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, down dog. 2 more times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. 1 more time. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, those elbows squeeze. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Let's inhale, gaze in between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, step your hip forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands by your side. Now is when I would tell everybody to take a drink of water, wipe some sweat, and we're going to start our main sequence here. So you can pause, come back, or keep flowing with me. Meeting back at the top of the mat in our mountain pose Tadasana. There's an awesome spider web right here. You can't see it though, I bet. Distracted. Palms face forward, the hazards of working outside. Inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Let's inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, vinyasa, or go straight to your downward facing dog. Now taking another variation of that breath with movement, chaturanga sequence. Right leg reaches high. Inhale, shift forward to plank with that right heel lifted. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, three-legged dog, doing that 2 more times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, elbow squeeze. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back. Take an inhale, find some length. Exhale, step that right foot in between the hands, right into an intense stretch, straighten into that right leg. Keep those hips squared here. You're pulling that right hip back, left hip forward, folding over this right leg. You can keep a bend if you need to. If you want to go deeper, flex those right toes towards the face. Take an inhale, find some length. Exhale, fold again. You can always use blocks under the hands. Let's bring that foot back down if it left. We're making our way into a revolved triangle. Adjust the feet however you need. We're going to drop that left heel down. Continuing to keep those hips square, pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Plant that left hand either on the instep or outer edge of that right foot, depending on how deep you want this twist. Planting that left hand, right arm reaches high, gaze follows. Keep pulling that right hip back. It's going to try and pull forward. We're going to use that right hand to slowly pull ourselves up, windmill open and back into a radiated triangle, maybe a half bind. Keep those hips open now. So you're pulling that left hip back. Reach up and back, take an inhale. Exhale, side angle, right forearm down, left arm overhead. Reaching, maybe gazing up, deep bend in that right knee. And big movement here. We're going to cartwheel and windmill all the way to the back of the mat. Right hand down, right into revolved half moon, left arm reaches, lifting through that right heel. Trying to get the shoulders and hips square. If you want to twist deeper, if it's okay on your neck, roll that left shoulder open, maybe gazing up at that left hand. You can stay here, lifting through that right heel, or join me in a baby grasshopper. Grab that right foot with the left hand, come on down. Take your time. Hold this baby grasshopper for 3, 2, 1. Slowly power up, revolved half moon. From here, we're going to rise up, grounding down to that left foot. We're going to slowly come up, bringing that right knee forward, windmilling up and around. Revolve standing hand to knee or hand to toe. My camera's cut off, you can't see my foot, but I'm going to grab my big toe with my left peace sign fingers, opening the chest towards the right side. Actually, now it's the left side of your mat, the opposite side. Rolling that right shoulder open. And we're going to take this into an open crescent lunge. So slowly, have control, step that right foot back, windmill up and around. So your right arm's in front of you, left arm's behind you. Gaze follows that left hand behind you. Pause on the ball of that left foot, right foot, deep end in that left knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill around, warrior 2. Find your nice strong warrior 2 here. Tuck the tailbone, lift the chest. Side angle, left forearm down, right arm over. Reverse your warrior, reach up and back, maybe a half bind. Straighten that front leg, reach back a little further. Arms out to a T for triangle. Inhale, left fingertips forward, right hip back. Exhale, triangle. Stacking, rolling that left or right shoulder over that left, right hip open, belly button in and up. Core assisted triangle, both arms reach forward. Hold it, roll those shoulders open, belly button in and up for 3, 2, slowly rise up, goddess pose. Heels in, toes out, sink the hips, tuck the tailbone, lift the chest, belly buttons in and up, shoulders are in line, or elbows are in line with the shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, sink it low. We're going to pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, star pose, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front. Find that nice strong warrior once more. Side angle, right forearm down, left arm over. Reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Keep those legs nice and strong, belly button in and up. Straighten that right leg, reach back a little further. Arms out to a T for triangle. Inhale, right fingertips forward, left hip back. Exhale, triangle. Roll that left shoulder open, left hip open. Maybe gaze follows that left hand. Don't dump the weight into the right. Core assisted once more. Both arms reach towards the front. Roll that left shoulder open, belly button in and up. Hold it for 3, 2, extended crescent. Rotate the torso over that right thigh. Bend deeply into that right knee onto the ball of that left foot, reaching. Hold it. Push more off the ball of that left foot. Hold it. And we're going to take flight. Warrior 3, power up. Lifting through that left heel, that capital T shape. Engaging that glute. So strong. Hold it. For another 3, 2, 1. We're going to rise up. Sweep that left arm back. Revolve standing hand to knee or hand to toe once more. Your choice, your variation. Twisting the chest open. Pulling that left shoulder back. Maybe gaze back at that left hand. Hold it for another breath. Taking this into figure 4. Cross that left ankle over that right thigh. Sink it low. Just for transition, sink it nice and low. Flex into that left foot. Keep that chest lifted. Right hand to the right hip. Standing hand to knee or hand to toe. Grab that left big toe or that knee. Come up. Take your time. When you're ready, we're going to open up. Reach that right arm out to the side to counter your balance. I'm going to take this into my standing hydrant. Not my standing hydrant, our standing hydrant. When you're ready, take an inhale. Exhale, hinge. Come halfway if you can. You can do this with a bent knee. Take your time. Pause halfway if you can. Hold it. We're going to keep those arms out to a T as we release through that left heel. Warrior 3 with the arms out to a T. Pause. Having so much control, find your eagle arms. Left arm under right. Wrapping them around, you can always grab opposite shoulders. Hold it. And we're going to rise up to find our full eagle. Crossing that left leg over the right, twisting it around. Try to hook that left foot on the behind that right calf. Sink it low. Keep those elbows lifted away from the chest and in line with the shoulders. Hold it. Sink it low. Sit down. Slowing it down. We're going to sleep our eagle. Bring those elbows down, maybe to go below the knees. So much control. And we're going to rise back up, untwist that left leg, soar your eagle once more. Lifting through that left heel. Pause. We're going to find a half moon in 3, 2. Right hand down, left arm reaches high. Maybe bring that left hand to the left hip or the rib cage to help feel yourself open up. Those left toes are flexed towards the left side of the mat. Reach that left arm high, opening that shoulder. Don't dump all the weight into the right hand, just lightly on the fingertips, or maybe they come to a float. Pause. Now we're going to slowly bend into that right knee, come into a warrior 2. So strong. Arms out to a T, right into a Skandasana. So hands to heart center, Skandasana to the back. Deep bend in that left knee, flex those right toes up. Maybe you're just in a side lunge here. Wherever you can, you're bending into this left knee. Maybe bring your hands to heart center. Pause here. Take a breath. You have the option of taking a half bind, full bind. There's a standing balance here. Let's try it, shall we? So we're in a full bind here. My left arm is around that left thigh. We're going to step that right foot underneath our center of gravity. Put the weight onto that right foot, holding on, and we're going to slowly rise up. Come to standing, have that control. And when you're ready, hinge. Finding flamingo. Try to get a flat back. Pause in your flamingo. Bend into that right knee, come all the way back down into that Skandasana, slowing it down. Now we're going to pivot on that left foot, plant that right hand down. We're going to sweep that right or left arm up, right into a nectar of the moon. From our nectar of the moon, sweep it up and around. Half moon, left hand comes down, power up. Rolling that right shoulder open, right hip open, reaching high. Flexing the right toes towards the left side of the mat now. Rolling open, roll that right hip open. And from here, we're going to come to standing. So you have the option of finding Chapasana or sugar cane and moving through dancer to rise up. So we're going to first slow it down, figure out what you want to do. I'm going to find Chapasana and rise through dancer. Bring a bend into that left knee. Help yourself find balance. Find your dancer. Maybe you're just bringing that right knee forward, slowing it down. And we're all going to meet with that right knee in front of us, hands at heart center. Pause, find that balance. Find your tree pose. Slowing it down, your variation of tree. You can take that kickstand. You can take your foot to your calf, inner thigh, half lotus, never on the knee. Start with your hands at heart center. Grow your branches. Slowing it down, have that control. Take another breath. And let's all meet with our hands interlaced behind our low back. Our humble arms, press those palms together. Bring that right knee out in front of you. Preparing for an airplane or toppling tree. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge. Sweep that right foot behind you, lifting through that right heel. Finding that airplane shape here. So you can stay here if you want to keep going. Keep hinging. You're like a seesaw. That right heel is lifting as your forehead, your crown of your head comes towards the mat. Keep the fists at the base of the spine or let them reach towards the sky. Find those counterbalances here. Press into that left big toe. It's not easy. Hold it. Find your deepest variation. And then we're going to slowly bring that right foot down behind us. Release those hands. High crescent lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, open up warrior two. Straighten into that left leg, preparing for our wide-legged forward fold. Pivot both feet, either parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, swan dive down. Crown of the head reaches towards the mat. Hands can walk through the feet. Behind you, grab for the big toes, come down to the forearms. You can go upside down, whatever feels good to you here. Breathing. Slowing down the breath, taking your time. Now, if you're going upside down, slowing it down, maybe you're on the forearms, taking it classical. If you're still in that forward fold, put more of the weight into the balls of the feet. Bring a micro bend in the knees. Inhaling for length. Exhaling to fold. Slowing it down. Let's all meet with our hands in front of us for a halfway lift, flat back. Take an inhale. Exhale, gaze over that right shoulder. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. Drop the left knee, untuck the toes, half split. Straighten into that right leg. Now's your chance for your full split. If you have one or you're working on one, go there now. Taking your time. Having that control, keeping that right hip pulled back, left hip forward. Don't force anything here. Inhale to find length. Exhale to fold. Slowing it down. One more breath here wherever you ended up. If you took that full split, let's come back to that half split. From that half split, runner's lunge. Plant the hands, kick that right foot back, three-legged dog, preparing for our down dog crunches. Start with an inhale. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, rocking it forward. Shoulders go over the wrists. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose, rocking forward, round the spine. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, rocking it forward. Inhale, kick it back. This time, right knee, right tricep, hold it or take the arm balance. Your choice. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, pause. Fallen star, kick it through. Outside blade of that right foot, left arm reaches high. Lifting those hips, gaze follows that left hand. You can stay here or take that flying compass. Reaching that right foot with the left hand, opening it up. Hold it. Let's release that back into our three-legged dog. Drop it over, side plank. Your variation of side plank. Before our wild thing for 3, 2, 1. Step that right foot behind you. Press those hips high, wild thing. Reach that right arm behind you. Head falls back. Press those hips up. Take an inhale. Exhale, gaze towards the top of the mat. Big step forward with that right foot. Easy twist. Right into a nectar of the moon. And we're going to sweep that right hand up and around. Plant that right hand on the instep of that right foot. Drop that left heel. Deep extended side angle from the ground up. Deep bend in that right knee. Hips are low. Stay here. Half bind, full bind, bird of paradise. Wherever you want to go from here. Rolling that shoulder open. Hips stay nice and low. If you're going for that bird of paradise, back foot steps forward. Again, putting the weight into that left foot. Rising up nice and slow, lifting through the chest. Straighten that leg. Maybe gazing over that left shoulder. Slowing it down, keep that chest lifted, tuck that tailbone. Pause. And let's slowly lower. Coming all the way back down, back into that deep extended side angle. Right hand down, left arm reaches high, take an inhale. Exhale, left hand down, frame out that right foot. Kick that right leg back, three-legged dog. Lower that right foot with intention. Come to the knees. Tabletop, child's pose. Wipe some sweat, drink some water. I'll wipe some sweat with my shirt here. Pause the video, get what you need, or we're going to keep going right into the other side. So take a moment, take a breath. Find our way back into our downward facing dog. Filling out the feet here, shifting the hips from side to side. Let's gaze up in between the hands, slowly make our way to the top of the mat. Once your feet meet your hands, let's take a hanging rag doll. Grab opposite elbows, let the upper body hang. Just like in the beginning. Let's release those hands, slowing it down, regrounding here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Slowly rolling up, one vertebra at a time. Head, neck, and shoulders are last. Coming to our mountain pose. Palms face forward. Ears stack over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Tuck the tailbone, lift the chest. Take a moment, feel the feet press into the mat. Pause. Inhale, roll shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Let's inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, vinyasa, or go straight to your downward facing dog. Take your time. Taking that variation once more, left leg reaches high. Take an inhale. Exhale. I'm sorry, wait. Sorry. We're going to inhale, shift forward, high plank. We all mess up sometimes. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows squeezed. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, three-legged dog. 2 more times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Exhale, press back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Straighten that left leg. Intense stretch. Keep those hips square. Pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Now you can go deeper by flexing the left toes towards the face. Take an inhale to find length. Always can use blocks here. Exhale to fold. Let's bring that left foot back down. We're going to prepare for that revolved triangle. Drop that right heel down. Bring that right hand wherever you want it on that, around that left foot, maybe on the instep, maybe on the outer edge, preparing for that twist. Plant that right hand down, keeping those hips square. Reach that left arm high. Gaze follows if you can. Pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Don't let that left hip try to pull forward. Now we're going to use that left hand to rise up. Windmill around. Pull that left hip open or right hip open as you come up and radiate your triangle. Reach up and back. Take an inhale. Exhale, side angle. Left forearm down, right arm reaches overhead. Adjust the feet however you need. Big movement here. Cartwheeling towards the back of the mat into that revolved half moon. Left hand down, right arm reaches high, lifting through that left heel. You can always use a block here. My head might be cut off in the frame, but that's okay. If you want to go deeper, you can roll that right shoulder open, finding a deeper twist, maybe gazing up at that right hand. Maybe moving into a baby grasshopper. Grab that left foot with the right hand, come on down. Slowing it down, we're going to hold this baby grasshopper for 3, 2, 1. Power back up, revolved half moon. Slowing it down here, we're going to come to stand. Bringing that left knee forward, ground down into that right foot. Press into that right big toe as you rise up. Revolve standing hand to knee or hand to toe. Grab that left knee with that right hand or that left big toe with the peace sign fingers. Open up. Twist the torso. Pull that left shoulder back. Maybe gaze back at that left hand. Pause. And we're making our way into that open lunge slowly. Having so much control. Step that left foot back. Windmill up and around. Left arm's in front of you, right arm's back. Gaze follows that right hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill around, warrior 2. Find your nice strong warrior 2. Tuck the tailbone. Lift the belly button and the chest. Side angle. Right forearm down, left arm over. Reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Straighten that right leg, reach back a little further. Arms out to a T for triangle. Inhale, right fingertips forward, left hip back. Exhale, triangle. Don't dump the weight into that right hand. Maybe gaze follows that left hand. Rolling that left shoulder open, left hip open. Core assisted. Both arms reach forward. Roll that shoulder open, belly button up. Hold it for 3, 2. Slowly rise up, heels in, toes out. Goddess. Sink it low. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Tuck the tailbone, lift the chest, elbows in line with the shoulders, sink it. Keep these goddess legs the way that they are. As we inhale, just reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back. Gaze follows that right hand. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale, sink it low. A little lower. We're going to pulse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, star pose. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front. Side angle. Left forearm down, right arm over. Reverse your warrior or reach back. Keep that deep bend for now. Maybe a half bind. Straighten that left leg, reach back a little further. Arms out to a T for triangle. Inhale, left hand twist forward, right hip back. Exhale, triangle. Remember, stacking the shoulders and hips. Belly button in. Don't dump the weight into that left hand. Core assisted. Both arms reach towards the front. Belly button in. Hold it. For 3, 2. Twist the torso over that left thigh. Bend deeply into that left knee. Push off the ball of that right foot. Reach. Extended crescent. Hold it. We're going to take flight into that warrior 3. Power up. Lift through that right heel. That capital T shape. So strong. Hold it. For 3, 2. Rise up. Revolve standing hand to knee or hand to toe. Right arm reaches back. Maybe just grabbing that right knee. Maybe that right big toe. Pull that right shoulder open. Open up the chest. Maybe gazing back behind you. Slow it down. Pause. Figure 4. Cross that right ankle over that left thigh. Sink it low just for transition. Having that control, flex into that right foot. Chest is lifted. Standing hand to knee or hand to toe. Left hand to the hip. Grab that right big toe and come on up. Slowing it down. Finding that balance. And let's open up. Reach that left arm out to the side. Pause. We're going to take that standing hydrant. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge. Try to come halfway. Pause. Slow it down. And we're going to keep those arms out to a T as we release that right foot behind us. Lifting through that right heel. Arms are strong. Right leg is strong. Eagle arms, right arm under left. Or grabbing opposite shoulders. Elbows are away from the chest. And we're going to rise up, finding our full expression of eagle. Wrap that right leg around. Sink it low. Sink into those hips. Keep those elbows away from the chest and in line with the shoulders. Hold it. Have that balance. Find that gaze. Sleep your eagle. Bring those elbows down. Ooh, balance. Press into that left big toe for balance. Maybe the elbows go below the knees. And we're going to come back up on twist, warrior eagle. Lifting through that right heel. Maybe bring that right foot down to catch yourself. Totally fine. Soar your eagle and pause. Keep those elbows away from the chest. Hold it before our half moon for 3, 2. Left hand down. Right arm reaches high. Find that half moon pose. Then you bring the right hand to the hip to help you open up. Try not to dump all the weight into that left hand. Pausing here, finding that balance, that control. Making our way into warrior 2. Bend into that left knee. Nice strong warrior 2. Hands to heart center, Skandasana to the back. Slowly sinking it low, flexing that left foot up towards the sky. Keep that chest lifted. Try to keep that right heel down. You can stay here. You can take that standing balance variation. Taking that bind around that right leg. I'm going to go for it once more. Bring that left foot in. You're going to put all the weight onto that left foot as you slowly rise up. Try to lift through the chest. Pause. Give yourself a moment in this balance. And hinge into flamingo. Try to get a nice flat back. Pause. Lowering all the way back down into that Skandasana. Releasing that bind. Hands come back to heart center. Pivoting to the back of the mat into an easy twist onto the ball of that left foot, right into a nectar of the moon. Beautiful. Now we're going to sweep that right arm back, up and around. Half moon once more. Power up. Roll that left hip, left shoulder open. Find that grace, that beauty. Hold it. Flex that left foot. We're taking this into that Shavasana, up into a dancer, or you can just rise up. Bringing that left knee forward, slowing it down. Find that variation. Bend into that right knee to help give you balance. Ooh. Sometimes it doesn't work always. And we're going to rise up into that dancer, taking your time, having that control, finding your dancer. And we're going to bring that left knee forward. Hands come to heart center. Pause, finding your balance. Find your tree pose. Slowing it down, taking your time. Never on the knee. Grow your branches. Finding that breath once more. Your arm variation. Just breathe. Now it's all. Bring our hands behind the low back. Interlacing the hands, pressing the palms together. Bring that left knee forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge. We're either moving into that airplane. Let me just scooch back. I don't hit my head on the rocking chair. You can't see. Airplane pose with those humble arms. We're going to hinge further into that toppling tree. So the crown of the head reaches down as that left heel reaches high. You can stay here, lifting the fists off the base of the spine. Stay in that airplane. Whatever feels good to you, hold it. Find your variation, slow it down, breathe. Finding that counterbalance. Pause. And we're going to slowly step that left foot all the way back behind you. Blooper reel. Inhale, reach your arms up high, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, back up. Exhale, warrior two. Nice, strong warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Pivot both feet for our wide-legged forward fold. This time, interlace the hands behind the back once more. Inhale, puff up in the chest, maybe bending back bend, pressing the hips forward, look up. Exhale, back to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Pressing into the outside blades of the feet. Feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Putting more of the weight into the balls of the feet. Crown of the head comes towards the mat. Fists reach off the spine. Breathe. Take a moment. Slowing it down. Whenever you want to release those fists, bring them to the low back first and then release them out. Let's all meet with our hands in front of us for a halfway lift. Flat back, take an inhale. Exhale, gaze over that left shoulder, crawl the hands to the top of the mat, runner's lunge. Drop the right knee, untuck the toes, half split, straight into that left leg. If you're working on your full split, or if you have one in your practice on this side, go there now. Squeaking on your mat. Take your time, pulling that left hip back, right hip forward. Inhaling for length. Exhale to go deeper. Taking your time. Slowing it down. Breathe. If you took that full split, let's come back to that half split. From that half split, runner's lunge. Plant the hands, kick that left leg back, three-legged dog, take an inhale. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, rock it forward, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, rocking forward. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, round the spine, kick it forward. Inhale, back. This time, left knee, left tricep, hold it, or take the arm balance. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly step it back. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, rock it forward. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, hold it. Or go into that fallen star, outside blade of that left foot, lifting the hips, right arm reaches high. Or you can take that flying compass, grabbing that outside of that left foot or that left big toe, opening it up, pause, back into that three-legged dog for all, side plank. Drop that right heel, your variation of side plank. For 3, before wild thing, 2, 1, step that left foot behind you, lift those hips on the ball, that left foot, press those hips high, let the head drop back, take an inhale, exhale, gaze towards the top of the mat, big step forward into that easy twist, right into a nectar of the moon. Sweep that left hand back up and around, deep extended side angle. Left hand on the instep of that left foot, drop that right heel, right arm reaches high. Gaze follows. Maybe stay here. Take that half bind, full bind, that bird of paradise, wherever you want to go. Taking your time, slowing it down, having that control, lifting through the chest, opening that hip, pull that right shoulder open, maybe gazing over that right shoulder. Come back to center, slowly lowering back into that deep extended side angle. Take your time getting there. Left hand down, right arm reaches high, take an inhale. Exhale, right hand down, frame out that left foot, kick that left leg back, three-legged dog. Lower that left foot with intention. We're going to move into our cool down, half pigeons. If you want to skip these, I get it. But if we're going to move into these half pigeons with me, let's pedal out the feet first. And let's inhale, right leg reaches high. Bend that knee, fan that hip open. Take those circles in both directions. Let's inhale, square back off. Exhale, right knee behind that right wrist. Sweep that right ankle up behind that left wrist. Don't force anything. If it doesn't get close, don't make it get close. You should never feel pain here, except for if you have something in your eye. That's different. Flex into that right foot. That'll protect the knee. Hip sink low. You can always put a block underneath that right hip. Take a peek back. Make sure that right heel or left heel is in line with the hip, pointing through those toes. Continue flexing through that right foot. Do not force anything, please. Not worth it. It's just a yoga pose. Let's inhale, puff up in the chest. Press through the fingertips, maybe look up. Exhale, sleeper pigeon. Slowing it down, maybe adjusting your hips as you come down. Adjusting that shin, however you need. Maybe a deeper bend in that knee. Try not to fidget. And we're just going to breathe. Slowing it down. Finding that stillness. Taking another breath here. Let's make our way out of this. As I always say, if that's feeling really good to you, please feel free to stay. Pause the video, come back. Maybe finding this quad stretch. Reach back for the left foot with the left hand. Maybe finding mermaid on this side, hooking that left foot inside the elbow. Reaching that right arm behind you. Find that bind. Find your mermaid. Take a breath. Let's release that. Both hands come back to the top of the mat. Tuck the left toes, lift that left knee up, kick that right leg back, three-legged dog. Let's counter that. Bend the knee, fan the hip open, flip your dog, take a wild thing, whatever feels good to you. Maybe just rolling that knee out. Take an inhale. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Other side. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Bend that knee, fan that hip open, take those circles in both directions. Let's inhale, square back off, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee behind that left wrist. Sweep that right ankle up to your area, your limit, not your limit. Don't even force it. Flex into that left foot. Scooch those hips back and down, pointing through those right toes. Peek back at your alignment. Remember that shin does not need to be parallel at the top of the mat. Take it to where it feels good for you, where you find your comfortable stretch. Keep flexing through that left foot to protect that knee. Inhale, puff up in the chest, maybe looking up. Exhale, sleeper pigeon. Slowing it down. I got sweaty. I hope you guys did too. Try not to fidget here. Just breathe into this posture. It's not comfortable for everybody. Some people love it. Some people hate it. A lot of times when you hate something, it means you need it. I mean, in yoga anyway, not really in life, but yoga postures, it just means you need to work on it. It's a challenge for you. Some people don't enjoy the challenge. Half pigeon, we don't force. It'll come. Take another breath here. Slowly make our way out of this. Maybe finding that quad stretch. If you want to reach back for that right foot this time, maybe finding mermaid on this side, hooking that right foot inside that elbow crease. Left arm reaches back. Find your mermaid. Maybe you have king pigeon here. Someday I'll have king pigeon, not yet. There's still time. Let's release that option. If you took it, right hand comes back down, tuck the right toes, lift that right knee up, kick that left leg back, three-legged dog. Bend that knee, fan that hip open, take circles, or flip your dog, take a wild thing. Comes the ball of that left foot, press those hips high. Head drops back, take an inhale. Exhale, come back to that downward facing dog, pedal out the feet. Let's drop to the knees. Sweep the legs out in front of you. We're going to slowly lower down, reach those arms out forward. Still recording, still on. I think we made it. And let's lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's inhale, take a full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead, point through the fingers, point through the toes, slight arch in the low back. Exhale, bring both knees into the chest. We're going to find a happy baby. You deserve it. Just relax. You can be done from here. If you want to take bridges and wheels, just be gentle. Maybe shoulder stand. Otherwise, in our happy baby, try to keep the spine connected to the mat. You can rock from side to side. Straighten into one leg at a time, maybe both. Feeling this release here. Showing this love to the body. Being gentle on the body now. Let's come back to center. Wrapping your arms around your shins. Give yourself a tight hug. Show yourself some love and gratitude. Take a deep breath in through the nose, filling all the way up, letting the belly expand. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Release out long for your Shavasana. Arms long, legs long. Close your eyes. Take a breath. I'm going to join you just for a moment in Shavasana, and then we'll finish up. Just breathe. Let's slowly, gently begin to come back. Start by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. You can roll out the ankles, roll out the wrists. Rocking the head from side to side, wiggle the jaw. When you're ready to, taking a full body stretch, reach your arms overhead, point through the fingers, point through the toes, slight arch in the low back. Maybe a yawn sneaks out like you're waking up for the second time today. And to end our practice just the way that we are, taking one final cleansing breath together. Take a deep breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. Open the mouth, let it go. Remember, light can penetrate any amount of darkness, but no amount of darkness can penetrate light. That being said, the light and love in me honors, sees, and respects the light and love in everyone around me. And with so much gratitude, loving kindness, namaste. Thank you, everyone, so much. Enjoy your day. Like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.